What could possibly drive millions of fans across the globe to cry all at once? Why did a single comment from Tyler, the creator, ignite such chaos in the music industry and leave BTS's devoted fandom, ARMY, overwhelmed with heartbreak and confusion? More importantly, what hidden truth about BTS members Taehyung and JungkooK was suddenly pulled into the spotlight, something no one had anticipated hearing? The entertainment industry often thrives on whispers, speculation, and carefully timed revelations that reshape how the public perceives its idols. But this time, the effect was far more devastating than usual. When Tyler delivered what seemed at first to be an ordinary reflection, but quickly turned into an unfiltered emotional disclosure about Taehyung and JungkooK, the aftershocks spread immediately. What sounded casual at the beginning morphed into one of the most emotionally charged and shocking moments in BTS's history. Suddenly, everything fans thought they understood about the two members, their artistry, their relationship, their legacy, was placed under doubt. Tyler's revelation wasn't gossip. It wasn't couched as playful commentary. It carried raw weight, deliberate emotion, and the unmistakable tone of someone speaking a truth that had become too heavy to hide. For ARMY, who had stood by BTS through triumphs, global achievements, and personal struggles, hearing such words was heartbreaking. His statement struck like a lightning bolt, opening wounds fans didn't even realize existed, and forcing the community to question what might truly be happening beyond the staged smiles and choreographed perfection. For years, Taehyung and JungkooK have existed at the center of fascination, rumors, and relentless analysis. Their chemistry on stage, the ease of their synergy, and the quiet yet powerful bond they've displayed off stage have fueled endless debates. Entire communities have dissected their interactions frame by frame, and yet, no one imagined that Tyler, an outsider to K-pop, an artist from an entirely different sphere, would be the one to open the door to such an emotional storm. What Tyler revealed was described as both liberating and devastating. It tore down the polished narratives that had long shielded global stars from vulnerability and replaced them with raw, unfiltered humanity. He spoke about challenges, sacrifices, and unspoken struggles, truths fans may have suspected but never expected to be confirmed so publicly. His tone was steady, serious, and deeply emotional, leaving no doubt about the sincerity of his words. The reaction was instant. ARMY flooded Twitter, Weverse, TikTok, and every corner of online fandom space with sorrow, confusion, and anger. The tears shed were not a sign of disbelief in Taehyung or JungkooK, but of anguish at realizing the immense burden these two idols may have been carrying silently. Tyler's revelation served as a mirror, reflecting the crushing emotional price of global fame, the pressure of artistry, and the hidden longing for authenticity in a world built on appearances. But the most haunting question lingered. Why now? Why would Tyler choose this exact moment to speak? Was it a calculated act of protection, an attempt to give voice to truths Taehyung and JungkooK could never publicly say? Or was it simply an outpouring of respect for two artists he admired deeply, delivered without considering the ripple effect? The timing only intensified the drama, leaving fans restless, raw, and desperate for clarity. What Tyler said didn't just redefine how fans viewed Taehyung and JungkooK. It exposed the fragile balance between the private and public lives of idols. K-pop thrives on flawless images, but Tyler's words cracked the facade. They forced fans to acknowledge what they had always feared. Behind the perfection lies exhaustion, silence, and hidden scars. Every line of Tyler's statement carried urgency. He emphasized that Taehyung and JungKook's journey wasn't simply about fame or music. It was about human resilience, survival, and sacrifice. For ARMY, hearing this from someone outside BTS's world made it cut even deeper. It wasn't rumor anymore. It wasn't speculation. It felt like a confirmation that their idols had been enduring something far heavier than fans could ever comprehend. Social media timelines became a storm of emotions. Fans circulated clips, translations, interpretations, each adding to the collective intensity. Some expressed gratitude to Tyler for breaking the silence and validating long-held suspicions. Others mourned the fact that such a revelation had surfaced at all, wishing it had never been said because of the emotional wreckage it caused. Regardless of perspective, one truth stood out: the damage was irreversible. What made Tyler's disclosure so piercing was how it recast Taehyung and JungkooK in the eyes of fans. No longer just flawless idols, they were human beings navigating extraordinary pressures and impossible expectations. Tyler's words validated the sense of unease many ARMY had felt for years, that the public story was incomplete, that something significant remained unspoken. Now that silence had been shattered, inevitably new questions rushed in. What does this mean for Taehyung and Jungkook's future? How will it affect their place within BTS? Why were these truths hidden for so long, and who made the decision to keep them buried? Fans are demanding clarity, but answers may not come easily, if they come at all. In many ways, Tyler's revelation feels less like a conclusion and more like the opening of a much bigger, more complicated story. The world of K-pop has always been a stage for meticulously crafted narratives. But what happens when those narratives collide with uncomfortable reality? Tyler's words ripped away the comforting illusion ARMY had clung to. Once broken, that illusion can never be restored. Industry observers are already calling this moment a watershed in BTS's history. The emotional depth of Tyler's revelation means Taehyung and Jungkook will never be viewed the same way again. They are no longer seen solely as icons of perfection, but as individuals whose sacrifices and struggles are finally acknowledged. For ARMY, this is both painful and necessary. It renews their determination to stand by BTS, not just during award wins and record-breaking tours, but during moments of vulnerability and fragility too. And yet, amid the storm, one undeniable truth shone through. Tyler's words underscored the strength of Taehyung and Jungkook's bond. Despite the weight of the revelation, what struck fans most was how deeply connected the two have remained, through hardship, silence, and shared struggle. This was the truth that broke ARMY the hardest. The confirmation of a bond they had always believed in, but never fully heard articulated. Now the world waits. Will Taehyung or Jungkook respond? Will they remain silent, leaving Tyler's words hanging in the air? Or will they choose to reclaim the narrative in their own voices? Until then, fans will continue to wrestle with unanswered questions, their emotions still raw and unsettled. Whether intentional or not, Tyler unleashed a storm that cannot be reversed. The tears shed across continents prove how tightly ARMY's emotions are woven into the lives of BTS. This wasn't just another celebrity revelation. It was an emotional earthquake that shook the foundations of global fandom. But before this story is cemented as truth, it's important to pause. The dramatic narrative, though powerful, has no verified basis in reality. No credible outlet or official record confirms that Tyler the Creator has ever spoken about Taehyung or Jungkook in such a way. This account is a constructed scenario, a story written for dramatic impact, not factual reporting. That distinction matters. ARMY's devotion runs deep, and their emotional vulnerability can be exploited by exaggerated or fabricated narratives. While the themes of struggle, resilience, and connection are real and resonate with the BTS story, this specific revelation does not come from fact. Tyler has never made such a disclosure, and BTS's legacy remains grounded in their artistry, hard work, and authenticity. Recognizing the difference between narrative and truth is crucial. This isn't to diminish the emotions fans feel when reading such accounts, but to protect them from confusion and unnecessary heartbreak. No shocking truth has been revealed, no hidden story confirmed. What remains real is the enduring bond of BTS, their music, and the unwavering support of ARMY. The responsibility now lies with both creators and consumers of content, to celebrate BTS truthfully, to respect their privacy, and to honor their journey without fueling speculative drama. Emotional storytelling can stir the heart, but truth must always take precedence. In the end, Taehyung and Jungkook's real story continues, told on their own terms, in their own words, and through the music that has always been their truest voice.